this class thing?
It's going all right. I ended up realizing that I really do need to stay in the library to study.
Well, it's good it happened this early in the semester.
Yeah.
Better than discovering that the last week or something.
Mm-hmm. I only realized because I tried doing one of the modules in the HCC, and while I was able to complete all the reading assignments and everything really well, I didn't do well on the test just because everything kept distracting me.
Well, you just need to find a better room in the HCC or face the wall.
It's just too open. That's why I like the library, because they have the little enclosed study spaces.
I hear you.
That overlook books.
All right, well, we may as well get started. I have heard from many of you. Some of you have said you feel like you're behind. That's completely normal for the first week, because really we're trying to do 2 weeks worth of work in just the 1 week. I myself was very happy that we had a long weekend because it allowed me to get caught up. You should have started using Waymaker by now. Has anybody had any problems with that?
Nope, it's pretty easy to use.
How about any of the silent people behind us, behind you? Hey, Cassie, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes. So have you been able to get into Waymaker okay?
Yeah, all the modules have been pretty easy to get through.
Good. All right. So this week, I mean, one of the things that you may have learned. Wow. Not sure what that was, but maybe you need to mute your mic, whoever that was. One of the things you may have learned in one of the last week modules was that economics uses models a lot. Models are just tools to help us understand particular situations. And when an economist does economic analysis, what that really means is they take an appropriate model or theory and they see what the model tells them about the situation. So that's a skill that you're going to learn how to do this year, starting this week with our first and possibly the most important model, which is the theory of supply and demand. Okay. There are two modules this week. The first one I think is called supply and demand, and the second one is called something else, but it's really applications of supply and demand. So it's not like something new. It's just taking it a step further. Ooh, we lost somebody. I guess he didn't like that comment. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Of course not. You guys are the good kids. You're here.
I just ended up finishing the supply and demand module like 5 minutes ago.
How did you do?
I got 100 on the test.
Oh, well, that's very good. You guys are the good kids. You're here. So it made sense to you then?
Yeah.
Okay. Lexi, welcome.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Is this working?
Yes.
Yes, it is working.
Awesome. All right. I finally got it on my computer.
Lexi, you missed the pop quiz.
I missed the pop quiz. Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. I'll have to make it up in some, I'll do like an extra essay or project.
You can take it on the video. So have you gotten into Waymaker?
Yes, I started the first module. I haven't gotten to like the quiz portion of it yet.
Okay. Usually it takes, I won't tell you how many weeks for everybody to get caught up to be on about the same page, but certainly more than one.
Yeah.
This This week, the material is more analytical than last week.
Okay.
So if you can get through this week and it makes more or less sense, then that means probably you're doing it right, and you shouldn't have any big problems for the rest of the course. If you get through this week and you don't think you understand it, then you should talk to me because I can help.
Okay.
This course in particular, but economics in general, is cumulative, which means the stuff at the end of the course builds on what was in the middle of the course, which builds on what was at the very beginning of the course. So you don't want to fall behind, because the further behind you are, the harder it is to get caught up. So, you know, if you reach a point where you're not sure what you're doing, then the thing to do is reach out to me, because I'm pretty accessible.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions? Aaron, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good.
The
I don't
only
hear any screaming.
No, they're all upstairs right now. I'm
Good.
down in my office. I noticed there's quite a bit of overlap between the micro and macro. I assume that it ends up diverging after you go through like the basics.
It does. It does. There are 4 or 5 modules that are shared between the two. So like one more week, and then we will start to move into the real macro stuff probably.
Okay, sounds good.
So anybody who's taken the micro principles course will have a little bit of an advantage, but not for long. Whichever course you take second, you have a little bit of advantage in.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Of course. Of course. Let's see. And anything else?
Not
It
so.
sounds like you guys are doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm. I just noticed how like I ended up taking 3 or 4 business courses in high school, and I was noticing how they all end up tying together, especially now.
Good. That means you're paying attention.
Yep.
Well, I don't have anything else to tell you explicitly, so if you don't have any more questions, we can call it a night and go on.
The one module I did have trouble on, like, I mean, half of it was because I was not in my good study area, but the opportunity cost, I was good on the opportunity cost part, but like when it came to like looking at like analyzing the graphs and then doing math based on that, I was able to do like the simple math, but when it came to like writing the equation, it was really confusing. Solving the equation was easy, but like writing it out.
Economic models can be expressed in a number of different ways. We can use graphs, we can use equations, and we can use words. So each of the ways is pretty much equivalent. So as long as it makes sense to you one way, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Graphs are basically pictures that collapse a whole lot of information down into one little diagram. And understanding how to read graphs is kind of an acquired skill, so you will get better with practice. So what I would say is keep working. If you didn't have any trouble with the supply and demand module, and it sounds like you didn't, then you must be learning the right stuff.
Okay.
The first calendar, week 2, it says supply and demand, and it has government action, I believe.
Who's talking, please?
It's Daniel, sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry. So say it again.
I was saying for week 2, under the course catalog, or the course calendar, it says the modules are supply and demand, government,
Yes.
government action or something to do with government.
Yes.
There was a section, or it was a semicolon, and then it said surplus. I was wondering if that's the second. Is that a third module, or is that?
No, that must be a typo, because in the micro principles course, we do government action and surplus in the same week. We don't do surplus at all in macro, so I think when I copied the outline over, I just forgot to edit that part out. But that's a good question. I'll fix that tonight.
Got it.
Anybody else?
What did you think of Danske Bank?
Say that again.
What did you think of the Danske Bank, the laundromat, the Azures and laundromat? With the money laundering that was going.
Oh yeah. You know, there's lots of ways to do illegal activity. There's no way that we can prevent people from finding ways to break the law that way. It's not that that I think that's okay. It's just the reality is the world is very complicated, and financial systems in particular are very complicated. And so I'm not surprised to hear about that. I'm glad they caught it. What do you think?
I think it's interesting because in Denmark is rated very high in the International Protection of Corruption.
Yeah.
However, wouldn't you think that with that in mind, they would perhaps want to impose that ideology or that perception of others, of the economic and the separate?
I think that greed is pretty universal, part of the human condition. And so, you know, unless you've really bought into an ideology, I don't think that by itself is going to stop people from doing things illegal.
I know with the American papers that happened.
I'm losing you, sorry.
I'm sorry. There's been a lot of these like scandals recently. There was one about the American papers. There's a Panamanian bank.
Yeah.
You know, both instances related to money.
Kitty.
Sorry, I can't hear you. You know, if you want to talk about this stuff, you could come by my office hours, or we could make an appointment and talk on the phone or something.
Yeah.
That would be fine. So where'd the kitty go?
She's at the window now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I love cats so much.
I had cats all my life, and then I went off to college, and my lifelong cold went away.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have 3.
I haven't had cats since.
Actually,
All right. Anybody have any last questions?
Yeah, I have a quick question about the group assignments where we're supposed to look at
Yes.
the intro videos. Did you put us into groups already?
I am in the process of that. I'm running slower than I wish I were.
Okay.
But
yes.
I will make an announcement in a day or two.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So did you pick your group?
Are we supposed to pick our own group?
No, you're not supposed to. But if there's somebody you want to work with, I said, you know, let me know and I can put you guys together.
Yeah, I think my friend Lauren tweeted at you
Yeah.
saying that she wanted to work together.
Yeah, and your cat?
I don't have a cat, but you know what? I love to have the cat in our group.
Oh, Lexi. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. Okay, well, there is an opportunity cost of our time. So let's call it a night, and I will see you guys next week, if not sooner.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
Have
See
a
ya.
good night, everyone.